Welcome back to the channel, and also too, sorry if you hear a little bit of snoring because I actually got a little furry guest with me. And also too, I'm so sorry, please excuse the fan in the background, but it's literally so hot. So without any further ado, we're doing our first TBR jar of the year, which is so exciting. So yeah, hopefully this year I can do a couple more, because I know I probably did maybe do a couple in a row, and then also too I did one and then never did one again for the whole year. So hopefully I can maybe do it every second month or like every quarter, because sometimes with these TBRs I do kind of use it over the next month, so I'll kind of see how I go. I actually did update this maybe before the new year, because if you kind of remember with the old one I had like these very thick pieces of paper, but then it was kind of obvious when I was putting my hand in there, and yeah, it just wasn't looking very nice, so I kind of updated it, but also too added a few more prompts. But before I get started, I'm actually going to show you a clip that I filmed before this. Is actually my updated TBR shelf, because I actually have recently organized my bookshelf and it's looking so much better. So I kind of thought I'll kind of do a bit of an in-depth run through of all the books out on my TBR. So alright guys, so welcome to my bookshelf, and so I'll quickly run through the shelves. So this one is Summer in the City, and I definitely want to try and read this because this one again is like a New York one and it's so pretty, so yeah, definitely want to read that. Then hopefully rereading this again and just kind of finishing it. So it's a Vegas Nerve Reset, so it's been on my Goodreads for ages, so hopefully I can kind of finish that eventually. And then this one is One Last Stop, which I thrifted. This one I thrifted as well, is The Modern Fairy Tales. This one is The Sky So Heavy, and this was actually a tutoring book that I bought for like a student that was kind of reading it. And then this one I thrifted in orange, and that one as well. So this one is The Sun Is Also a Star. Then this one is actually a poetry book, which is Emily Bronte, No Coward Soul Is Mine. And then this one is a Game of Thrones. And then A Little Life, and it's so cool because this one's actually signed because I got that Dimmicks in the City, but I've been so scared to read it. I probably tried to pick it up twice, but just petrified because I think people have said it's so heartbreaking. So yeah, I've actually ordered the audiobook and it's on hold, so I think once that kind of hold becomes available to me, I'm reading it. So that's my goal. And then Tim Winton, Cloud Streets. I haven't really read any of his, but hopefully I can read that this year. And then this one's a bit of a newer one. It's Palace of Tears, and it's actually based in the Blue Mountains, and I'm pretty sure she's an Australian author. And then I definitely want to read more mysteries because I love watching them, but I've just been a bit scared to read them for some reason. So yeah, definitely want to read that one, which is Gone Girl. And then My Policeman, so that's like that Harry Styles movie. And then Eleanor Oliphant Is Completely Fine. Again, I actually have picked it up. I just didn't really like it, but I'm not sure if I've read it at the wrong time. So I think I'll try it again. If not, I might just donate it. And then this one is Nine Perfect Strangers. And then I'll kind of go up here. So this one is All the Light I Can See, Remind Me How This Ends, and actually have finally every summer after, and that's actually the second one, One Golden Summer. So I definitely want to read those two soon. Then Something Wilder by Christina Lauren, and then that's actually a Pretty Little Lies like Christmas one, so that one I probably won't read until December. And then this one is The Grandest Game of All, and I actually got that in New York. And then guys, hopefully you can hear me because I'm filming right near the fan, but this one has the TBR kind of jar, so yeah, you'll kind of see that soon. And then this one, which is really annoying, it's actually the third book in the Atlas series, so yeah, I need to buy the first two, but yeah, that's the third one. And then The Heart Principle, and then Hamnet, and I definitely want to watch the movie of that with Paul Mescal, so I might possibly watch the movie first before I read it. But this was actually a book club pick, which was so cool because I actually already had the book, but just unfortunately just kind of ran out of time to read it. And then Revolve, which is the third book in the Clyde series, and that's Crown of Dusk, Megan Gilbert's second book. And then Lessons in Chemistry, and then Rosetta. I literally have thrifted that ages ago, so hopefully I can finally read that. And then Last Time We Met, and then Honeybee. Aesop had like a queer library kind of event that was free for the public, so I went to that and got that as a free book. And then Said on You, Bride, so that would be perfect for Halloween. And then Sally Rooney, so again, now that I'm kind of a bit more into lit fiction, hopefully I kind of like Sally Rooney a little bit more. And then Save Me, love Maxton Hall, so I definitely want to try and read that soon. Then Frankenstein, I did actually start reading, but just kind of didn't finish it because it was December, so it wasn't really like Christmassy kind of vibes. But after watching the Frankenstein movie. I definitely want to try and read that properly. And then Shadow and Bone, love the series. So sad they stopped after like 2 seasons or something, so hopefully they bring it back. But yeah, definitely want to read the books. Then Beach Read, I actually did technically start reading, but then DNF'd it, so hopefully I can read that again. Sorry, this might trigger some year 12s, but Feed, because I actually had a year 12 student. I actually didn't end up reading it again, which is a bit dodgy. In this shelf I got The Music Shop, and then Emma, and then I got Ugly Love, and then that one behind there is Cruel Twist and Fate, and then finally I got the first Twilight book in the Twilight series, and then I got a Good Girl's Guide to Murder series, also Fear of One of Us is Lying series, and then You Are a... yeah, I'm not sure if I can say that on YouTube, but yeah, whatever that says. But yeah guys, so that's pretty much all of, oh yeah, and then also 2 Brimstone as well, I want to read as well, but I just kind of kept that with Quicksilver. But yeah guys, so that's pretty much all of my books I need to read, which is so bad. Hang on, I'll do a quick count and kind of let you know. 53 books, but then kind of technically a couple more because I haven't really counted, so it may be technically like 55 books if I buy the first 2 of that series, so I definitely do not need to be buying anymore, so this video is definitely well needed. So, and then we'll get started with the TBR. Try and start doing my TBR jar a little bit more this year to hopefully get through a few more on my reads on my bookshelf, but also to kind of reduce my book spending. And then also to actually at the end of this video, so speaking of book spending, I'll kind of show you a few books that I bought recently because I don't really have a video at the moment. I can kind of show you those, but yeah guys, sorry, hopefully Coco isn't too loud. But without any further ado, let's get started. So I can't remember if I did this last time, but what I'll do is kind of draw them out first and then kind of show you afterwards. Anyway guys, let's get started. So yeah, hopefully I get a few of the newer ones. Ooh, oops. Alright, so the first one, ooh, okay, so choose a book that is less than 300 pages long. Okay, that's a good one. Ooh, puppy. And then the next one is an odd amount of pages. Hopefully I get a couple of new ones because I did some good ones. A book set in a school or university. So that's kind of perfect because as I'm filming this as well, uni actually hasn't started yet. So I feel like that might be kind of nice, having a few books set in a university while I'm at university. So this one is my 4th. So yeah, maybe I'll do 6 because it's fun. So pick a book that matches a song vibe. So for example, August. So if I picked August, then The Summer I Turned Pretty is kind of that vibe. Oh, that's kind of cool. I might move this to the side because Coco thinks they're lollies. Kaka, they're paper love. Alright, let's move that to the side. Book you regret buying. Okay, that's interesting. And then lastly, pick a viral BookTok book. Before I kind of get into figuring out what books I want to read, I thought I might kind of do the song one before I get started. So I think for this one, actually, I'm going to do my top songs for 2025. So I'll just kind of oh sorry, I can't talk. I'll quickly scroll through my playlist. So yeah, got definitely a big mix of Gracie Abrams, Lewis Capaldi. I've got Rule, Billie Eilish, Benson, Olivia Rodrigo, Sabrina, Tate McRae, Lizzie McAlpine. So what I'm gonna do is actually do a shuffle play of this playlist, and then that will kind of pick the song, and then hopefully I can kind of pick a song vibe with that song. So hopefully it's not too tricky. If not, I might kind of give this a few goes behind the scenes if it ends up not working. So let's see. Ooh, I knew it, I know you. Okay, I might just look at the lyrics quickly. Ooh, okay. Ooh, that might be a bit hard actually. Anyway, I'll see how it goes. So that's the song. So I knew it, I know you. So kind of with this one, I feel like it kind of gives me the vibes of, I was like really supportive of you, I was like your biggest cheerleader, but then you let me down and I'm not in your life anymore. kind of vibe. So I might kind of search it up just in case as well to see, but kind of from my interpretation of the lyrics, that's probably what I get from it. But yeah, so that will be kind of interesting. So I'll have a bit of a look. But yeah, so wish me luck. Alright guys, so yeah, I've just had a bit of a break because it was getting a bit too hot in my room. And it's kind of funny, it kind of matches my top. I've actually been trying out this new coconut water brand, which is called Coconut Coast. And these are, I'm pretty sure, the ones that Georgia Richard has. But it's actually so good. So probably the thing, if you want to be influenced on, definitely try this out. So this one is passion fruit. But then I think my favorite so far is actually the lychee one. That is so good. And it's a bit bad because the groceries kind of came today. And I've literally have already had 2 of these already. So I need to pace myself. So before we get started, and sorry for the suspense, but I thought I'll quickly show you guys some of the newer books I've kind of gotten recently. So kind of first up is Wreck the Halls by Tessa Bailey, and it feels so weird and a bit trippy as well. I'm actually seeing the physical copy of this because pretty much the last 2 years as an audiobook on Libby, but this is definitely such a good Christmas read and I love it so much, and it definitely is like a 6-star kind of read for me. So this one is basically about these 2 characters called Melody or Mel and Beat, and they're basically, their mums are rock stars, and it's called The Firebirds. I'm pretty sure like the mums like broke up the band because something happened, and then Melody and Beat haven't had really too much to do with each other. And then a producer kind of contacts Beat, kind of saying, oh look, we want to bring your mums together, can you get Melody on board, and we want to try and do this by Christmas Eve, so then it could be like a big concert at Rockefeller Center or something like that. Basically, yeah, kind of goes on, yeah, the journey of starting like a reality TV show and kind of the lead up to Christmas. So yeah, I really love this because I think with me as well, because I like play music myself, I feel like it's just kind of cool reading stuff about music, even though it doesn't really dive in too much into like the music making, kind of like I guess in Daisy Jones and the Six, but I feel like it's kind of similar-ish vibes. But yeah, love this book so much, so that's why I kind of thought, literally I've listened to it twice and it keeps getting better and better each time I read it, so I kind of thought finally I think you deserve to have a physical copy. And then speaking of another Christmas one is actually Holiday Ever After by Hannah Grace, and I loved it so much. And then I saw this in Big W and I was like, Heather, just get it. You know you're gonna like it, and it's so pretty. So it's got Jack and Clara, which looks so pretty, and then it's got like gold foiling, and then sorry guys, probably showing a bit weird and then gold foiling there, but such a pretty edition of the book. Definitely like a 6-star kind of read as well. But this one I'm pretty sure is called like a digital signed copy, and that's why I kind of got it as well, because it's like, oh, I love Hannah Grace, and yeah, this one is such a cool one. Then yeah, so that's kind of all the books that I got, and then now kind of get into the proper TBR, and then one of these as well is technically one I bought recently, but I finally found a physical copy of Every Summer After. I've literally searched high and low for this book for like 6 months, no joke. I've been trying to find this, and then I saw it on Amazon, but even on Amazon it was actually more expensive to get than in Dimmicks, so I was like yeah, I might kind of wait. And then finally, so it was kind of meant to be at Dimmicks, I saw both of these in Dimmicks, and they were actually I think there was a few copies actually of this one, but this was actually the last one of Wreck the Halls, and I was like, it's meant to be, I need to get both of these. So for this book, sorry, very long introduction, but very excited as you can tell. So this one is for the prompt, pick a book that's viral on Book Talk, and I feel like this has been viral like everywhere. So yeah, I'll kind of read the blurb just in case if you haven't heard about this, because I think with me, I've just seen the cover and I'm like, yep, I want to read it, but I actually don't really know what it's about myself. So it says 6 summers to fall in love, 1 moment to fall apart. They say you can never go home again, and for Persephone, I don't know how to pronounce that name, Fraser, that has felt too true for the last decade, ever since she made the biggest mistake of her life. Instead of glittering summers on the lakeshore of her childhood, she spends them in a stylish apartment in the city, going out with friends and keeping everyone at a safe distance from her heart, until the day she gets a call that sends her racing back to Barry's Bay into the orbit of Sam Vlorick, I think. For 6 summers through hazy afternoons on the water and warm summer nights working in his family restaurant, Percy and Sam have been inseparable. Slowly that friendship turned into something breathtakingly more before it fell spectacularly apart. When Percy returns to the lake, their connection is undeniable, as it's always been. Percy must confront the decisions she made and the years she spent punishing herself for them, in order to determine once and for all whether their love might be bigger than the biggest mistakes of their past. Ooh, very interesting. So yeah, so that's kind of for that prompt. But then I was kind of a bit tired, but I'm happy I could kind of fit at least one of them to a prompt. This is for a prompt: pick a book that matches a song vibe. So for example, August, I kind of instantly think about The Summer I Turned Pretty. As you know from the Spotify, I Knew It, I Know You, I'm pretty sure. It's called by Gracie Abrams. And then I did have to Google AI this one, and also to ChatGPT to double check. Then with ChatGPT, actually, it recommended this one, Beach Read. So basically, yeah, a hopeless romantic, things are kind of going wrong, and then she just wants it to go right, and then I guess trying to like trust people, but then it doesn't work out. So yeah, I think they kind of said this one was kind of the best one for that book, because then with that like pick a song prompt, this kind of, I guess, reading the blurb, but like very similar vibes. So I feel like that prompt in a way kind of fits this one as well. But yeah, it's good that I had the viral TikTok one, because I really want to read this one. So yeah, this will definitely be next on my list. And then next on the TBR is Alex Astor's Summer in the City, and this one I have to give a moment for the cover. It's so pretty. So yeah, you might have actually seen this in, yeah, I filmed like a book like YouTube short, so please watch that one if you get a chance to, because yeah, that's kind of my first like face talking YouTube short, because it's so funny with vertical videos, they scare me for some reason. So yeah, I filmed that a little while ago, so yeah, definitely watch that if you haven't already. But yeah, it's so pretty. So it's got like this similar kind of map on both sides, and then it's got that at the back, which is very pretty. This one I've been literally wanting to read for ages since I bought it, so I'm very excited, and it's perfect timing as well because it's summer and I'm missing New York. So yeah, hopefully this will be a good combo. So, oh sorry guys, I didn't even say the prompt. So this one is choose a book that is less than 300 pages long. This one is 292, so literally 8 pages before it hits 300. So yeah, I kind of thought I'd do that one. And then the next prompt, oh no, I think I might have lost that one. But I think with that prompt, that was a book set in a university or school. So this one is set in a school. So this one is Save Me, which is the books actually based on the Maxton Hall series on Amazon Prime, as you can see there. Very excited to read this one. I did try and pick this up a little while ago, I think before Maxton Hall came out, but then just kind of stopped reading it because I wasn't really fully in the mood to read it. So, and also too, that cliffhanger, oh my god, at the end of season 2. Oh, anyway, I won't spoil it, but why? And then we have to wait so long as well. So I feel like it would be good if I start reading the books, even though I think some people have said they have slightly differed away from the books a bit, or kind of mix the order up. Good to read this and kind of see what has changed and what's kind of stayed the same. But yeah, so that's kind of for that one. Oh, actually, yeah, I think that's what I was doing actually. Sorry, I was like, oh, I've lost it. But then a second book, which I'm still kind of deciding between, with that university or kind of school prompt, is Revolve. So this one is actually the third book in the Collide kind of series. I'm not really sure if there's like a proper name for the series, but I'll just call it Collide. So kind of Collide and Spiral. So again, I'll just kind of quickly read the blurb. So he's a wild card, she's a seasoned pro. Together they might be the perfect match. Sierra Romanov, sorry, excuse my pronunciation, was an Olympic figure skater before a life-altering accident left her with panic attacks every time she entered the ring. Now back to her final year at Dalton University, she's ready to reclaim the spotlight. Kicked off his hockey team for reckless behaviour, Dylan Donovan has little to no chance of making it to the National Hockey League draft. But Dylan's whole world revolves around the ice, so if hockey is forbidden, at least there's figure skating. When Sierra finds herself in desperate need of a new partner, the only person who can match her skill is the cocky hockey player who refuses to cut her any slack. On the ice, their chemistry is electric, but can they stand the heat of the rink? Ooh, very exciting. And I feel like with me as well, I think it might be called The Ice Princess or something like that, that Disney movie. Like when I was younger, I really wanted to be an ice skater and be like an ice skating princess and stuff like that. So I feel like this would be a very cool read to kind of, I guess, see more behind the scenes of like figure skating. And also too as well, this kind of perfect time, because as I'm filming this, I think it's like the 30th of January or something like, or the 29th. something like that, either the 29th or 30th of January, because I think the Winter Olympics is starting as well in Italy, so it's literally perfect timing, because probably at the moment these are kind of tied, so I guess I'll kind of see what I'm in the mood for. And then next on the list, so this one is a little bit random. I kind of didn't think I would pick this one, and you don't know, I guess, until you do it. But this one is for the prompt, a book you regret buying, because in some ways I kind of do regret buying this one. So this one is called The Sky So Heavy by Claire Zorn, and she's actually an Australian author, so I'll kind of quickly read the blurb and then I'll kind of tell you why I regret buying it. So for Finn, it's like any other day, racing for the school bus, bluffing his way through class and trying to remain cool in front of the most sophisticated girl in his universe. Only it's not like any other day, because on the other side of the world nuclear missiles are being detonated. Finn wakes up the next morning, it's dark, bitterly cold, and snow is falling. There's no internet, no phone, no TV, no power, no parents. Nothing Finn's learnt in school could have prepared him for this. With his parents missing and dwindling food and water supplies, Finn and his younger brother Max must find a way to survive, all on their own. When things are at the most desperate, where can you go for help? Ooh, very interesting. So again, with this one, I might mention maybe showing my TBR. I actually bought this as a tutoring book, because one of my clients, I think at the time, might have been in year 9 or something like that, was reading this for English, and kind of unfortunately with that tutoring, a lot of the stuff unfortunately I didn't do at school, because like it's a different school obviously, so they do different books. So I kind of did have to buy this one because I had never read it before, so I kind of skim read this, but not really properly, because I was trying to like keep ahead, I guess, of the chapters he was reading in class, and like to not like actually end up reading it was kind of a tad bit annoying. I was like, oh Heather, I should have just read it, or maybe like not worry about it and just kind of look at stuff online. So I definitely want to give this a go, because again, I haven't really been reading a heap of Australian authors. But yeah, so that's kind of for that one. And then lucky last, and I'm very happy I could kind of do this, oh yeah, technically second last, but kind of last prompt, but I'm happy I could kind of do it for this one. So this one is an odd amount of pages, and I picked Fable. So with this one, as you might be able to see my bookmark there, I've actually been reading this one, and it's so sad, and I think I might have mentioned this in another video maybe, but I've just been very stop-starty with this book. But also too, like before I even read it, I've been procrastinating reading it, because I think as well there has been a few bad reviews about this one, or people not liking it, people saying it's like a waste of paper, they wasted their time, and kind of some pretty mean like reviews as well, which is not nice. So I feel like I have been a little bit scared to read it because of that, but then also too probably as well because this is like the last book ever in the Powerless trilogy, but then this is kind of more from Kit and also Mara, which is like death, which is kind of interesting point of view. So I guess with me personally with Kit, like I do like him as a character, but probably not as much as the other characters. But then it is interesting to kind of see his perspective, and then I'm starting to feel a bit sorry for him. It's like, oh poor Kit, like he just wanted to protect his brother and be a good like older brother, but then just how he's going about it isn't like a good way to do it. Quite good actually, kind of seeing his perspective of stuff, because like wow, like he really started going downhill quite early on in the book. So kind of so far, so again, if this is like a bit too spoilery, please skip ahead to like the last book. But with this one, I feel like it gives me very similar vibes to that Frederick Buckman book that I read called A Deal of a Lifetime, I'm pretty sure it's called. But then also to the book fee, so I feel like it definitely gives such similar vibes, like the narrator being deaf. Very interesting, because like obviously as an author they're trying to make them lifelike and make it a figure, but then it's deaf, so sometimes it can be a bit tricky to like personify them. So it's like a very interesting kind of thing, because definitely Mara, she like is a bit of like a flaneur, but like an invisible flaneur, so she's kind of observing. Yep, I'll kind of spoil a bit. So Blair and also Lenny, because Blair's kind of captive at the moment because Peyton's gonna kill her basically. Mara is kind of observing those two, but then they can't see her, but then Kit can actually see Mara and see her as like a person, but then for the others she's just kind of there in the background, invisible. So it's very interesting. I feel like with Lauren as well, like you need to give her a pat on the back, so definitely is very a tricky thing to kind of, I guess, personify death and kind of make it as like a character. So yeah, so that's probably what could be tricking up up people a bit, but I actually don't mind it. I feel like it's definitely, yeah, it takes a lot of talent really to kind of try and write that well. So yeah, the page number is 277, so that kind of fits that prompt. But yeah guys, so that's kind of all of the prompted kind of TBR, but kind of another book I definitely do want to read at some point, and this is definitely a giant book, but this is Brimstone, which is the second book in the Quicksilver series. So as you can see, I have attempted to start it, but I did actually just restart it again, and I probably restarted again. Sorry guys, excuse, I don't know what that is. But yeah, I've been trying to read this physically and kind of doing it as an audiobook. So I think once I finish Fearful, I think I will try and start up this again, because again, I feel like it is a bit tricky trying to read two fantasies at the same time. But yeah guys, so that kind of concludes my February TBR video. So probably, to be honest, because with uni starting, I think even if I read 3 or 4 of these, I definitely would be super happy. Possibly if I just focus on this one, then I'll just be happy to kind of finish that one, because it is such a big book. But yeah guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video, but definitely stay tuned for more TBR videos. As always, definitely check out our other social media channels. So we have TikTok, we have Instagram, that we're posting quite a lot on there at the moment. Also have Goodreads and also Fable, which I'll hopefully add, and if I haven't, please remind me. Thank you so much for watching. Please thumbs up, subscribe, do all of that, because that definitely does help our channel, because we are trying to reach 200 subscribers this year. Really appreciate if you do take the time to subscribe and stick around. But yeah guys, we love you so much. Thank you so much for watching as always, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.
Soon as I swear you've been